Welcome to this video, which is focused on why teach in a hybrid mode. My name is Associate Professor Sarah Prestridge and I'm from Griffith University in Australia. I think it's important to consider why we teach in a hybrid model, why we teach focused on the relationship between online learning and classroom-based learning. When we shifted into remote learning because of COVID, the reasoning was distance. There was a physical distance, so we went online. But if we're in the classroom and the students are not physically distanced, why would we be teaching students in the online space? And I think that's a really important question we need to ask ourselves. What's the value? Is it a pedagogical choice? Or what else is creating that need to be able to use these digital spaces? So we know when we think about hybrid teaching that there is a blend, and that's why that term comes out quite a lot, and that's why I called it up in the top corner, between face-to-face and online. But I think there's a little bit more than that. There's a relationship so that what happens online means something to what happens in the classroom. And what happens in the classroom means something to what happens online. I mean something because it adds something significant to whatever topic you're talking about. Instead of just being a different activity, it actually offers a different learning opportunity because they are actually different learning spaces, and teachers have different roles and students have different roles, and things happen that are different in both of those spaces. So the space allows for different learning opportunities. So why would we focus on developing students' capabilities to learn online in the classroom? So why would we teach students a lesson but they're in different locations in the school? And so why would we teach get students to do online activities while they are physically somewhere else? Why would we ask students to do an online module when they're physically in the classroom? And why would we do online work again throughout the week when they're in the classroom as part of classroom-based activities? So if it's not for distance, what does the online space afford? One of the first things people talk about, and I'm not saying this is the primary reason, is that we might have to go and learn remotely at home. We might have to shift rapidly back to that remote schooling period. So if that's the case, we build students' capabilities to learn online prior to that happening so that they're ready to move online at any point in time. We have to prepare them for future learning because we know higher education and TAFE learning and any professional learning activity can be happening online. You can do online courses, you can learn through social media, but university and TAFE is moving rapidly to a fully online mode. One of the foundational and pivotal points about this hybrid model is it builds students' capabilities to learn. It helps them build self-regulation. We know from the research, and I've talked about this in series 3, that some students believe it's the teacher's responsibility for them to learn. However, when they're online and not in a classroom, both the frame of the classroom, the culture the classroom creates for learning, and the presence of the teacher enables students to learn. However, when they're online at home, they don't have that environment, they don't have that teacher, so they need to be able to regulate themselves. And one of the most important things is management and organisation, but also effort regulation to get through that problem. What do I do? What strategies do I have? Peer learning is critical, and being able to discuss, being able to collaborate, being able to respond, being able to draw ideas out of each other is highly critical when you're learning online. So building those capabilities is key, and their 21st century skills. So by doing this type of pedagogical work, you're building those capabilities. We understand there's validity in the fact that these are different learning spaces and they afford different opportunities for learning. And as I said before, the roles are different. I talk about that in Series 3, but I also talk about that in other videos in this series. One of the important reasons is that it, as I said before, it shifts the responsibility to the student to learn, be responsible for their learning in a supportive learning context. So these are all reasons, they're all valid reasons, and you would have your own reasons why you would do this type of work in your classroom. Now, for more videos about how and why and what, please go to that QR code or that very long URL down the bottom of the page. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Thank you.